Right, so the Golf R, now I've done lots of content about it over the last few months, and bear in mind this car's been a massive part of my life for the last few months. I drive it pretty much every day, and it's been a big part of like the growth of my channel and stuff. So I have done a lot of videos on this car, as you know, but they've all been videos about what I'm about to get done to it, or what I'm about to do to it, or what I am currently doing to it. And I haven't really done a video just explaining like what it's like to just be the owner of it and talking about what it's like to daily drive it and stuff. So today I'm just going to do a video focusing on, just a broad video focusing on the overall ownership of a 600 brake Golf R. There it is then, the Golf R. Now it is a very subtle looking Golf R, yeah, they're a cool looking car in general, but this one in particular, it's got the smaller wheels, you know, they are the diamond cut wheels. I do really like them, but obviously the Pretorias are a lot nicer. These are 18s, the Pretorias are 19, and I did actually recently buy a set of Pretorias, like literally a couple of days ago, but they're replicas. I bought them for another car that we've got in stock, another Golf R. It needed a set of wheels, and I thought, should I put them on this car, or should I keep these on this car and put these on the other Golf R? And I thought, you know what, I like the sort of the subtle look. I love it. It's a sleeper, isn't it? And people are like, get the black wheels, and I thought about going for black mirror caps and black side badges and a black grille. I love that look, even the bottom lip there. When you get all these bits painted black and go for black Pretorias, they do look good like that, but I wanted to keep it just looking like a sleeper. Now the only thing that does stand out on it are obviously these Miltech tips at the back, and although that's kind of kills its innocence a little bit, I do really like that look. So and the exhaust does provide a lot of character and personality for the car. So what I'll do is, let's go inside. I'm at my shop, by the way, in Dunstable, car buying shop. That there is Dunstable High Street. This is my wonderful little parking spot here. I don't spend a lot of time here at the minute because I'm busy with YouTube basically. So let's get under the bonnet. Under here, well, I can get under there. And one thing I didn't say, the arsehole non-plate, that is yeah, that's kind of a bit of a giveaway for it to having some kind of attitude. But yeah, under the bonnet, so what we've got the racing line air intake, turbo intake, Turbo Technics intake pipe there, and then the turbo itself is a Turbo Technics turbo. It's a lot bigger than your average Golf R turbo. That is what provides like the full character of this engine. Okay, that is where all the power comes from. That turbo right now is running at more boost than it was before, because I've got this new map on it. It's running at about 2.2 bar of boost, along with the big turbo. And this here is the bottle for the meth. Again, that's the meth tank in there, so I'll show you in there. Not that there's nothing to show you there. That is where the meth goes, all right? And again, meth is something that helps cool the air going into the engine, which again gives us more power. We've got the whole oil cooling system. If I'm honest, I don't know how all of this works, but it all looks quite fancy, doesn't it? We haven't got the engine cover on here because it simply doesn't fit, because you've got all this stuff here. But there you go, give you an idea what's going on under the bonnet. So oil coolers, and also we've got a bigger sump underneath, so it holds more oil than your average Golf R. Again, the reason behind that is to keep the engine cool. The reason why this engine blew up before, it wasn't actually this engine, it was an old engine. This is a newer engine in the car. The previous engine blew up because it simply overheated. So all the cooling agents there now are helping it, or stopping it from getting too hot and blowing up again. Right, inside, I know this is all basic stuff. Spec, you can get them with full leather. Obviously full leather is a nicer option. Again, I like it that it's quite a subtle car, there's nothing too leery about it. I bought this car when it had done 17,000 miles. It's now done, when it focuses, just over 18,000 miles. So I ain't really done many miles in it at all. That's the handbrake, it's now on. What else have we got in here? Doesn't have sat nav, but it does have DAB. That's really important for me. Golf R interiors are quite bland, but they're also quite classy, I think. All this gloss black stuff is quite cool. So I think what we'll do is, we mentioned the map, yeah? I haven't done much conversation about the map. So I've just had this new map put on. What I'll do is we'll go for a little drive and I'll tell you a bit more about how it drives, yeah? Right, that is it. Let's turn that down so I don't interrupt. I actually get out of breath a bit when I walk and talk and hold the camera. I don't know why that is. But yeah, so much easier just sitting in a car and driving and talking. Now, like, technically, I am not too technical minded with cars. I think I'm quite a technically minded person in general. When it comes to internals and stuff with an engine, I know what I need to know. And all I know is it's a stock engine with a huge turbo, and it produces, if you run it on the right fuel and stuff, 600 brake horsepower. So that is all that matters. And I also know that it drives so bloody well. Now, I've had a lot of tuned cars in the past, and they are generally quite temperamental. Now, I did mention in a previous video that this car is on its limit, yeah? That is without a doubt on its limit. The clutch has previously slipped a little bit, and I have recently had that readjusted, and it's fine now. But the point being, the clutch is on its limit, the gearbox is on its limit, even the internals of the engine. The next stage really is updating the clutch, updating the gearbox maybe, and if you want more power, fully forging the engine. So, but yeah, tuned cars generally, they are quite high maintenance, but this car itself, you can let me know, this car is actually quite good, considering it's double the power of an original Golf R. Now, me being a car trader, yeah, I do rapidly get bored of cars, okay? And I do generally chop and change my cars quite a lot, which is obviously what I do, yeah? And before this, I had, I suppose it's a bit of a dream car driveway, you know. I had a Porsche Panamera diesel as like my daily car, great daily car, 3-litre diesel engine out of the Audi A7. Great car, loads of power, looked amazing, drove wonderful, like such a nice car to drive, and I really liked that. So I had the Panamera, I had my Nissan GTR, which was like my Larry fun kind of Calvin's Car Diary car. That was stage 4.25, 660 brake. That was great fun. And I also had my McLaren 570 GT, which was a car that we had in stock. We bought it to sort of sell it, and we just hung on to it for quite a while because it was such a bloody nice car. Now, I remember thinking, I want to just change. I just want to change. And I sold, I think the first one to go was the Porsche, and I then sold the McLaren, I think, and the last one to go was the GTR. Now, bear in mind, everyone knew that I had all these cool cars, yeah? And when I heard that this Golf R was going to go up for sale, I thought, I just want to buy it. I just want that bloody car. It's such a cool car. It's a different league, isn't it? There's nothing else really like it. But in comparison to a McLaren 570 GT and a Nissan GTR, it ain't really too exciting. And I thought that I would upload this video saying I bought a Golf R and it's running at 600 brake. And I honestly thought that everyone would be like, oh, what have you done? You sold your GTR, you bought a bloody Golf R. What's that all about? But in fact, it actually had the complete opposite effect, which was brilliant for me. So I think I've owned this car now for, what are we, about 4 months? Maybe longer, I can't remember which month I bought it. But in that 4 months, my channel's grown a lot, and it is a lot to do with this car. And I'm currently on, what am I on, maybe episode 45 or whatever of Diary of a Car Trader. And when I uploaded episode 1, which was about 2 months before I bought this car. I've been a YouTuber, by the way, for about 3, maybe 4 years, I don't know, a long time, yeah? And I uploaded episode 1 of Diary of a Car Trader in about November time. And as soon as I uploaded episode 1, my channel started changing. People started becoming more interested. And I filmed 10 episodes in one go, basically, and I uploaded all of them in over a period of time, Wednesday and Sunday, until I got to episode 10 as a tester, and it went really well. Then I bought the Golf R, and I think the Golf R come in, I can't even remember what episode it was, say it was episode 15 or something, and again the growth, so my channel went from when I uploaded episode 1 to started growing, and then when I bought the Golf R it just peaked, it literally took off. And I know a lot of people love this car. Wipe them windows. Now, like I say, I've owned it a few months now, and the ownership of this car for me, look at that, that's third gear, yeah? The power delivery is unreal. It's such a fun car to drive. The pops and bangs, it doesn't do it all the time, it's not too much anymore. It was at a point where it was a bit constant, and now it's actually alright. Power gives you an idea. A little flame pops out the back there, it does throw a few flames as well. It's as leery as a Golf R can possibly be. Now I know the race obviously with Ricky, I've done all of this with the mic the other way round. How annoying is that? I've done this whole, because what I have to do, let me just take a picture so I can explain a little bit better, is that's what the camera looks like currently, but sometimes I switch the mic around, and because when I'm outside it's bloody windy, so I can talk into the mic when I'm filming, and I've done the outside filming at the beginning of the video to just walk and talk around the car, and I didn't spin the mic around. I've done that once before, but now, so sorry if all the audio at the beginning of the video was quite poor. Let me get out in front of this transit van, but now it should be a lot better, right? Let's turn that traction control off. So yeah, obviously I recently had that video, had the race with Ricky, and the video went up on his channel. If you haven't seen that, go and check it out. It was a bloody brilliant video. Cool day out, we had some fun, and 2 serious cars, yeah? See, the clutch ain't slipping no more, it's so much better. So yeah, and I suppose in comparison, you got a 4-cylinder, I said this in the video as well, a 4-cylinder single turbo engine, and it is bursting at its bloody bollocks. This is on its limits completely, and you compare that car to a 6-cylinder engine with 2 turbos. You know, you're talking about 50% more engine capacity and another turbo. Yeah, it's a kind of a different league of performance, and that car it's not bursting at its balls as well, but it is a highly tuned car. So in reality, the race was, there was sort of no hope in hell that I was going to win, but it was a bloody good race. And to be fair to the Golf, I'd done a bloody good job. And when we raced before, when his car was running at stage 1, it beat it, and for a Golf R to be beating a stage 1 M4, I think that's extremely impressive. And I've obviously in that video and in my previous video on this car, I mentioned that I'd had a retune done, and right now, honestly, the car just drives so bloody good. That's 4 wheels spinning then. This car is right now at the point that I've always wanted it to be. I did consider, like I said earlier, changing the external looks of it, but I really like it. I love a car that is bloody noisy, stupidly noisy, and this is that now. I'm happy now that the power is being delivered a lot better than it ever has been, and in my opinion, this car, well, not even in my opinion, in fact, this car is better now than it's ever been. It's at its peak point, it's at its limit as well, so you've got to know, treat it with care, keep your eye on the temperature all the time. But it is at a point where, mechanically, it's so bloody good. And I think the summary of this video is, and it should be, this car gets a well-deserved amount of credit from me, because for the whole time that I've owned it, like, how was it tolerating that? how is it having it? But for the whole time I've owned it, it has had a massive, like, a positive impact on me and my channel, my social media, and just my life. And the time that I've owned this car, it's really got me thinking about the whole sports hatch thing. They're just so good. Not just sports hatches, you know, Ricky's M4, look at that car. He calls it the Super M4, and it deserves that title because it's an exceptional car. Like the way it looks, the way it drives, but more importantly, the way it performs. Now, sports hatches, like I said earlier again, they are a lower league than things like M4s, but there is things like the RS3, which is a step up from this. Or what else have we got? Well, RS3 is a great example, really. But there is that next step up, and I think for me, right now, I have massively enjoyed owning this car, but I have come to the point where I feel like sometime soon it's going to be time to move on and get rid of it. And the step that I want to take is not a supercar step, it's not a sports hatch step, but it's going to be somewhere in the middle. So look out in the next sort of coming videos for announcements on the exit of the Golf R, because I've got plans of how I'm going to do that, and also ideas on what car I think I'm going to be getting. I'm not 100% on what car I'm going to be getting, but ultimately I've got stock, yeah, which you've seen lots of my stock on my channel, but I do also, I like to have my own car at all times as well, and at the minute this is my Golf. The Golf R is my own car, and that is the car that's going to be getting changed soonish, alright? But yeah, like I say, to summarise, the Golf R for me has been a bit of a learning curve, but more importantly, it's just been so bloody enjoyable. I'll go left, there's a learner driver there. Every time I see learner drivers, it reminds me of my friend Arthur Vines. Now, I don't know if you noticed, I posted a bit about him. Change the subject completely, I know. In fact, I'm gonna go right, change of plans. Sorry, mate. Go around here. Oh, I'm stuck behind the learner driver again. He's going the way that I want to go. But yeah, my friend Arthur Vines, he used to stress learner drivers. He's a guy that I went to school with, kind of grew up, I didn't grow up with him, we weren't like close friends or nothing, but we was always in the same sort of circles, and he absolutely smashed it on social media.
How to bomb a foreigner, step 2. Greet them with a little fact about yourself. Welcome! I have a boner!
So I'm trying to push him as best I can, trying to help him get back into the social media thing. So if you're on Instagram, give him a follow, because I rate him, and I really want to get him back on making content. Random change of subject there, but yeah, the Golf R has been absolutely brilliant owning it. I do love this car, but it's how I want it to be. It's how I've always wanted it to be. Now I've got it to my idea of perfection, and I think now it's just time for a change, maybe. All right, so I didn't plan on this video even being about that. I didn't plan on telling you that I'm planning to sell the Golf R, but you kind of know it now, don't you? I planned on making it a sort of a 4 months of ownership video, but whatever the title is, I've owned it for a few months. I love it. I just got stone chipped by the learner driver in front, and I just love it. I love this car, and I am planning to move on from it soon. All right, thank you very much for watching. I've actually got I don't know if I've been down this road in my life before. I know this is the correct direction to be going in, but got a horrible itch here as well, bit annoying. There's a speed camera there as well, pointing the other way, it don't matter. I'm just talking rubbish now. I'm going to end the video there. Thank you very much for watching. Like I say this all the time, I do mean it. I'm grateful that you commit your time to watch my videos, because without views I'd have no bloody channel, yeah? So I'm grateful that you know, it's a bit of effort, but I try to make it as exciting as I can for you. So thanks for watching. Smash the like button, yeah? Give me a like if you like the video. Just a good way of you telling YouTube that this guy makes decent videos. Press dislike if you disliked it as well. You know, that does me a favour as well. It's just any engagement is good. And comments, you know, comments. I want to encourage comments, because it's a good way of me interacting with you lot, and again, it helps engagement with my videos. And if you want to share the video out, there's always a share button for you. Just click that, and again, just helps to grow for the channel. So it's your way of supporting me, but don't do whatever you want to do, yeah? like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll see ya in the next episode of Diary of a Car Trader, alright? See ya. In the next episode of Diary of a Car Trader, I introduce you to Binker, and I've got some pretty big news that I've been dying to share with you.